Good morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead. Thank you so much for joining us today for our video where we're going to show you how we get bulk purchased chicken, and these are chicken breasts from Costco ready for the freezer. Last night, Jim brought home some hamburger, and it currently is $7.50 a pound. And so it's like gold for us. We just hardly eat red meat anymore because of the exorbitant prices. But he brought home this hamburger, and so I did exactly what I'm going to show you today with the chicken, I did last night with the hamburger, so I want to show you. He brought home, the package was $20, and it was under 3 pounds. Now we have this handy dandy little hamburger shaper thing that I filled. I seasoned the meat with some rub and salt and pepper, and then I got 11 burgers with the amount of meat that we had, and that is $1.80 each. So it is so expensive these days, but what we want to do is to ensure that this meat stays good in our freezer and does not get any freezer burn. And so I shaped those patties, and then I have I vacuum sealed them in the Weston right over here. They're labeled, and now I'm going to put them in a second bag. I froze them flat on this tray, and now they're just going to go in here. And of course, because I had 11, I had an extra one. So one of the packages has 3 hamburgers. Get the air out of it as much as possible. And then I'll go ahead and label this off camera. But this will ensure that these hamburgers do not get freezer burn. And that's what I'm after, because I used to just shape the burgers and put the raw burgers on a tray like this, freeze them, and then put them directly in the plastic without vacuum sealing them first. And we go through these pretty quickly. These are very, very handy to have on hand for a quick supper. And we very seldom use buns with them. These are just a serving of protein for us, along with the green salad and other things for the meal. So it works out really well. Now I'm just going to slip these in the freezer right here, and I'll take care of the labeling later. Now for what we're going to be doing today. So this is a 10-pound bag of chicken breasts, and these are
thin sliced.
Yes, these are thin sliced. I really like thin sliced, and you'll see, because we get both kinds actually, just the regular and the thin sliced. The thin sliced make great meal portions for us for dinner. They are all the same thickness, so they cook it the same, and it's not too much. Sometimes when we get the full breast, the breasts are just huge, and I usually chunk those and freeze them in chunks. But I'm going to open this package so that you can see what they look like. So here they are. And they're just loose in this bag. Now they have been dipped in water so that there is a coating of ice all around. And I, for a number of years, thought that that was adequate to just keep them in this bag. And then we had a bag that we kind of got lost in our freezer, and it had been in there for well over a year, and the breasts were freezer burned. So I'm not taking chances anymore with our meat, because protein is the most expensive thing we have in our diets these days. And I'm going to save this bag because they're going to be going back in the bag when we're done. So we have all of these breasts right here. So I have a roll of vacuum sealing material that I'm going to put these in. So I'm just going to try to see what I need to do with these. So there, that's how I'm going to do them. So that means I'm going to need about this much. Maybe this much. Okay. Now the procedure here is going to be, I've got to cut some bags. I don't know how many yet, but I'm just going to give it a start. I just replenished my supply of these rolls. Okay, we'll start there. Okay, now this is my Weston. Now I don't need to label these bags because they're going to go back in the original plastic bag, which I have dated for the date of purchase as January of 26. So here we go. I'm going to place this right here. This tape here is the sealing bar. So I'm going to put it about right there. Close it. And seal. And we have a nice seal without too much waste. So then I'm going to, and I package these in twos, obviously, because there are two of us. And this time, it goes up in this compartment. So this little port right here is what is going to suck all of the air out of this bag. So, and you can watch that happen. And it's okay that we have this big tail right here. I could have made the bag a little bit shorter, except that if I thaw these and then want to use these in our sous vide, for sous vide cooking, then this is exactly what I want in order to keep track of it while it is in the hot water. Okay, so that's one done. So I'm going to continue doing this, and when we get back, I'll show you. Well, Jim is going to come in and check on me every once in a while as we go through this. So you can see this pile diminish, this pile is going to grow, and we're going to have a lot of chicken that is safely packaged for going into the freezer. So see you in a few minutes. Well, we're coming along. And another one. So we have maybe not quite half, but we're getting there. Ah, we got it. Okay, I love how powerful the motor is on my Weston. It just really gets a lot of the air out. All right, I need to cut some more bags. Well, we are on our last one. And you can see how wet this is, so they're starting to thaw. So I'm being really, really careful when I put these in so I don't get the plastic wet up here where it's going to be sealed. And if I think I have, then I wipe it off because we want that completely dry. So here we go. Last one. Ta-da! Excellent. Okay, let's get them back in their bag. So, of packages of 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1 package of 3. So I'll see if I can get this. So Jim thinks that he remembers the price to be about $27 for this. So we have 10 meals, 11 meals out of this. Hey Siri, what is 27 divided by 11? $2.45. So that is not bad for a per meal protein. Not bad at all. And that would be for 2 of us. So it's really good. So buying things in bulk is very economical, and knowing how to preserve them is equally important so that they will last. This will last now, the way it is right now, 2 or 3 years in my freezer. So I feel really good. This is the second bag of these that we have done. And so we have a lot of chicken. Chicken right now is probably the least expensive protein. One of the least, at least. One of the least, at least. Okay, at least one of the least. In any case, we are very grateful to have these, and it's going back out in the freezer now. And thank you for being with us. I hope this has given you an idea of some of the things that you can do at your home as well, to buy in bulk and then preserve in the freezer. So thanks so much for being with us, and we'll see you again very soon for more videos.